What if everything you believe is wrong? What if the foundation of your thoughts, the assumptions you built your life upon, could crumble under the weight of a single question? It's a terrifying prospect, isn't it? Yet, this is the beginning of growth. To step into the unknown, to wrestle with your ideas, and to emerge transformed. Truth is not static, it's dynamic, unfolding, and sometimes painfully earned. The wrestling match there is a story, ancient and profound, about a man named Jacob who wrestled with God through the night. He grappled not for dominance but for blessing, refusing to let go until he was transformed. In that struggle, Jacob was left with a limp, but also a new name and a new identity. Isn't that what happens when we truly wrestle with ourselves and our beliefs? We're left changed, sometimes scarred, but always stronger, always closer to the truth. Wrestling with God, with self, with the very fabric of what we know to be true, is not an act of rebellion. It's an act of faith. It says, I trust that the truth can withstand scrutiny. I trust that this struggle has purpose. Imagine a mirror that reflects not just your physical appearance, but the essence of your soul, your beliefs, your fears, your assumptions. At first glance, it seems fine. But as you peer closer, you see distortions, cracks, inconsistencies. This mirror doesn't lie. It shows you exactly who you are, inviting you to wrestle with what you see. To look into this mirror and not turn away requires courage. It's easier to live in the comfort of unchallenged beliefs, but comfort doesn't lead to growth. Growth requires tension, and tension requires that we confront what we'd rather avoid. Think of the times you've avoided looking closely at something, a relationship, a decision, a belief, because the act of confronting it felt too overwhelming. Yet the act of avoidance doesn't resolve the issue. It leaves it to fester. Looking into the mirror is an act of defiance against stagnation. It's saying, I will not fear the truth. Why challenge your beliefs? Beliefs are the frameworks of our lives. They guide our decisions, shape our identities, and influence how we see the world. But unexamined beliefs can become prisons. They can limit our perspective, keep us from understanding others, and prevent us from aligning with deeper truths. Challenging your beliefs doesn't mean abandoning them. It means testing them, refining them, and ensuring they're built on a foundation of truth rather than assumption. This is the essence of personal growth, not to tear down, but to rebuild stronger, wiser, more aligned with the divine. Ask yourself, where did my beliefs come from? Were they handed down to me? Were they shaped by culture, by experience, by fear? When you trace their origins, you may find some that are deeply rooted in truth and others that need to be pruned. But this process is not just an intellectual exercise. It's deeply emotional. Beliefs are tied to our sense of identity and security. Questioning them can feel like pulling threads from the fabric of who we are. It's only by removing the false threads that we can weave a stronger, more truthful tapestry. Think of wrestling not as a violent clash, but as a dance, a dynamic interplay of tension and release, of questioning and discovering. When you wrestle with your beliefs, you're engaging in a sacred act. You're saying and discovering, I'm willing to grapple with the unknown. I'm willing to hold on until I'm blessed with clarity. Jacob's story is a metaphor for this process. He didn't wrestle to defeat, but to understand, to receive. And in the morning, though he limps, he had been transformed. So it is with us. The wrestling leaves its mark, but it also leaves us closer to God, closer to truth. What does it look like to wrestle with your beliefs? It might mean staying up late, consumed by questions that have no easy answers. It might mean engaging in uncomfortable conversations with people who challenge you. It might mean sitting in silence, asking God for wisdom and feeling only the echo of your own doubts. This is not a process for the faint of heart. It's messy, painful, and often exhausting. But it's also transformative. It's in the wrestling that we find clarity. It's in the struggle that we discover strength. Wrestling with your beliefs is like this, pulling against your assumptions, feeling the strain, and trusting that the release will propel you toward clarity and purpose. In this crucible, you are not burned, but stretched. It is a process of expansion where you confront what confines you and open yourself to what liberates you. The question is not what you will lose, but what you will gain. A broader perspective, a deeper understanding, and a closer alignment with divine purpose. Manifestation is often misunderstood as bending the universe to your will. But true manifestation is about alignment, aligning your will with God's, your desires with divine purpose. This alignment requires refinement, and refinement requires fire. The fire burns away what is false, what is impure, what is holding you back. It's uncomfortable, even painful, but it's necessary. To step into the fire is to trust that what emerges will be stronger, purer, more aligned with truth. Consider the metaphor of refining gold. The raw material is placed in the fire, its impurities melting away under the intense heat. What remains is something precious, something untainted. When we wrestle with our beliefs, we are stepping into that fire. We are trusting that the process, though painful, will leave us better than we were. Write down your beliefs, question them. Where did they come from? What evidence supports them? What evidence challenges them? Journaling creates space for introspection and clarity. It allows you to see your thoughts laid bare, to identify patterns and inconsistencies. Dialogue. Engage with people who hold different perspectives. Listen not to argue, but to understand. Their insights may reveal blind spots in your own thinking. Sometimes, the very act of articulating your beliefs to someone else can reveal their weaknesses. Study, read widely. Explore ideas that challenge your worldview. The goal isn't to agree with everything, but to expand your understanding. Truth is often found at the intersection of differing perspectives. Prayer and meditation. Bring your doubts and questions to God. Wrestling with the divine is not an act of defiance, but of faith. Ask for wisdom, for clarity, for the strength to face the answers. In the stillness, you may find a peace that transcends understanding. Reflection on past changes. Think about a time when you changed your mind about something significant. What led to that change? How did it feel? How did it shape who you are today? Reflecting on past growth can remind you that wrestling with beliefs is a natural and necessary part of life. The role of humility is the foundation of growth. It's the acknowledgement that we don't have all the answers, that we might be wrong, that we have more to learn. Humility opens the door to discovery. When you approach your beliefs with humility, you're not clinging to them out of fear, but holding them lightly, ready to refine or release them as needed. This openness is what allows you to align more closely with truth. Humility doesn't mean lacking confidence. It means having confidence rooted in something greater than yourself. It means trusting that truth will prevail, even if it challenges your current understanding. Manifesting truth through wrestling truth is not static. It's alive, dynamic, unfolding. When you wrestle with your ideas, you're participating in the process of manifesting truth. You're aligning your thoughts, your will, your actions with something greater than yourself. This alignment doesn't mean everything will go your way. It means you're walking in step with divine purpose, trusting that even the challenges, even the wrestling, have meaning. Manifesting truth is not about control. It's about surrender. It's about saying, I am willing to be refined. I am willing to let go of what is false to embrace what is real. The blessing of wrestling. In the end, wrestling with your beliefs is not about winning or losing. It's about becoming. It's about stepping into the fire of self-reflection and emerging refined. It's about holding onto God, onto truth, onto the promise that this struggle has purpose. Like Jacob, we wrestle through the night, refusing to let go until we're blessed. And when the dawn comes, we may walk with a limp, but we also walk with renewed strength, a clearer sense of purpose, and a deeper alignment with truth. And most importantly, we walk with God.